Hello everyone, welcome back to Whispers of Literature. In today's video, we are going to begin a detailed explanation of Dr. B.R. Ambedkar's speech on the Constitution. This is one of the most important speeches in Indian political history because it was delivered on 25th November 1949, just one day before the Constitution of India was adopted. In this series, I won't be reading the speech, but I'll explain every important idea in simple and easy way so that you can understand it clearly. Whether you are studying for an examination or simply want to learn more about the Constitution. So let's get started. Before we begin reading the speech, let's understand something very important. Many people know Dr. Ambedkar as the chief architect of the Indian Constitution. Because of this, they often assume that he wrote the Constitution all by himself. But if you read the speech carefully, you will notice something surprising. Ambedkar doesn't begin by praising himself. Instead, he spends the opening part of his speech thanking all the people who helped him in preparing the Constitution. This immediately shows us one of his greatest qualities, his humility. He believed that such a great achievement was a result of teamwork, not the work of an individual. Let's now look at the first paragraph of the speech. In this first paragraph, Ambedkar talks about the people who deserve credit for preparing the Constitution. As you read the paragraph on the screen, notice how many different people he mentions. Instead of taking all the praise himself, he carefully acknowledges the contribution of others. Now, before we understand the paragraph, let's quickly look at a few important words. This paragraph contains a few difficult words that might confuse first-time readers. So once we understand these words, the paragraph becomes much easier to understand. So pause the video and go through. Now let's see what Ambedkar is really trying to tell us. The main message of this paragraph is very simple. Ambedkar says that although people often give him the credit for writing the Constitution, he does not believe that all the credit belongs to him. First, he thanks Sir B.N. Rao, who prepared the initial draft of the Constitution. Then he appreciates the members of the drafting committee, who spent many days discussing different ideas and patiently resolving disagreements. He also gives special credit to S.N. Mukherjee, the chief draftsman. Ambedkar praises him because he had the remarkable ability to convert very complicated ideas into clear and precise legal language. Finally, Ambedkar thanks the office staff who worked tirelessly, sometimes even late into the night, to complete the Constitution. So right from the beginning, Ambedkar reminds us the Constitution was a collective effort. Think of it like building a house. Even if one person designs it, many others like engineers, workers, electricians, and painters contribute to its completion. Similarly, the Constitution was created through the combined efforts of many dedicated people. Let's quickly revise what we have learned. First, Ambedkar was humble and did not claim all the credit for himself. Second, the making of Constitution was a team effort involving many talented individuals. And finally, every person who contributed deserved recognition and appreciation. These are important points to remember for both understanding the speech and answering examination questions. Let's move to the next paragraph. Here Ambedkar explains why the drafting committee was able to complete such a difficult task successfully. As you read the paragraph, pay attention to the comparison he makes between a disciplined assembly and a chaotic one. Pause the video and go through the word meanings. Ambedkar says that if every member of the Constituent Assembly had insisted only on his or her personal opinions, the assembly would have become disorganized and nothing meaningful could have been achieved. He compares such a situation to scattered stones that cannot form a strong building. According to him, the Congress party played an important role by maintaining discipline and order within the assembly. Because of this discipline, the drafting committee knew how discussions would proceed, making it easier to complete the constitution smoothly. Notice that Ambedkar is appreciating the importance of cooperation and organization. He believes that discipline helped transform many different opinions into one united constitution. Imagine trying to complete a group project where every member refuses to cooperate. It would be very difficult to finish on time. The Constituent Assembly succeeded because people worked together in an organized manner. Interestingly, Ambedkar now presents the other side of the picture. Although he appreciates discipline, he also explains why disagreement is equally important in a democracy. Let's understand how. Ambedkar says that if every member had simply agreed with everything, the assembly would have become a gathering of yes men. In other words, there would have been no meaningful discussion. He appreciates those members who questioned the draft constitution and expressed different opinions. Even though Ambedkar did not accept many of their suggestions, he respected them because their questions gave him an opportunity to explain the principles behind the constitution more clearly. This teaches us an important lesson about democracy. Democracy does not mean everyone must always agree. Healthy discussion, respectful disagreement, and thoughtful debate often lead to better decisions. So, according to Ambedkar, both discipline and constructive criticism were essential in creating the constitution. We have covered an important part of democracy today. In the next video, we'll continue from here and learn the remaining topics step by step. If you found this video helpful, please like, share, and subscribe to Whispers of Literature. See you in the next lesson.